Oh, right.
I feel like pressure does not fall behind you right now.
Call it escort service.
Look how fast we are.
I have info for
I'm Amy. I feel like I've met all of you guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I definitely remember you. This is Lauren Lawrence.
Hi, nice to meet you. Amy. My name's Chicken. And then your name tags will be under the mirror over there.
Hey driver, you can drop me off anyway. More than just their cars, their bikes, and their bikes, their Bibles and their hearts.
It is.
In fact, she got somebody on her mind that she loves. Here we go.
We all go with the
She usually enjoys the conversation. She wears the one side of the
It does.
The women are finding in everything.
Sorry.
I'm good! It's like in 10 days! I
Thank you.
Okay, here we go. Well, hello, friends, and welcome to Wilmington. I forgot I have to do my little clicker real quick. Hold on. Here we go. I have too many things in my hands. I'm Caitlin with Fulton Events, for those that don't know me. Hi. President of the WIPA Philadelphia chapter. And before I go into welcoming you all to today's event, I do have a quick personal announcement. As you may see, I am with child. Fun fact, I was in fact pregnant at the last event and threw up right before going on stage, and that's why we were delayed, so I'm sorry, but we're doing better today, so here we are. And while I'm so happy to share my news of my growing family with all of you, I have not quite notified all of our clients yet, so I'd really appreciate if you avoid posting any photos where I look very obviously 5 months pregnant, and I hope you can all understand that. I will be sharing soon, but obviously it's a sensitive topic. So I just wanted to make that quick announcement and would appreciate you all helping me with that. And to answer a few questions, I'm 5 months pregnant, I'm due March 1st, and no, I don't know the gender, so this planner is keeping it a surprise. So there we go. Okay. Also, shout out to Melania on our board, who's also expecting, and Min, our photographer tonight, who's also expecting too. So lots of WIPA babies. Okay. Now on to tonight's event. It's a pleasure to welcome you all to our third official WIPA event, and especially here to the Coin Hotel in Wilmington. Okay, I really need more hands here because there's a lot going on. While the majority of our events will be hosted in Philadelphia, Wilmington, as you know, is an extension of our city, and many vendors here today live right here in Delaware. We also couldn't pass up bringing you to this gorgeous new hotel. I mean, come on, guys, isn't this place amazing? Also, this place has the perfect fall vibes for our education topic that we're going to be covering today. And shout out to Meg for the attire guide and just letting us all be cozy, because I know it's end of season and we're all really tired, and it was just nice to grab things from our closet and be warm and cozy today. So just the vibe that we needed. I also want to take a minute to just thank all of our sponsors who are part of the event today. Obviously, the Coin Hotel, Velvet Cakes by Gwen, who's doing dessert, Celestine, who's doing the florals, Du Soleil Photography, Centex, who's scenting the room, 3 West Production doing music, Stonehill Papery, who did all the signage, Evention Productions, obviously Bayall Films on film, Big Modern Event Illustration upstairs. Oh, I missed Amanda D'Andrea. Hair up there, Glam with Galena Makeup, Gentry, who's our magician going around, and also, there he's right there. He's going to do a little performance later. And then lastly, obviously, Nuage Designs, who provided some of tonight's linens. Yes, thank you all. So we do have some new faces in the crowd today, so I just want to take a minute to talk about some next steps for WIPA Philadelphia. Well, my current fellow board members and I have been very active in getting this chapter up and running since January. For half of our board, including myself, we will be rotating off the board a year from now in December 2024, with the rest of the board rotating off the following December in 2025. I bring this all up to say that if you see yourself potentially being on the future board in 2025, 2024 is the year to get yourself more involved. Join WIPA, join a committee, tell us you want to be on the board, and get involved and active. We are going to also be doing physical nominations and an interview process as part of the board, which is the WIPA process. But definitely let us know that you're interested. And nominations will open next fall for those board positions that will come into play in the beginning of 2025. I'm so proud of all the work that our current board has put into getting this chapter up and running, and we have a lot more in store for you already next year, which you're going to hear about. But I also can't wait to see WIPA continue to flourish with some of you on the future board. Lastly, if you're one of the new faces in the crowd and we have not met yet, please come introduce yourself, and bonus points if you bring me a mocktail. And now I'd like to pass the mic off to Becky, who's going to introduce tonight's speaker.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming to our third event. This is amazing. Thank you to the Coin Hotel for hosting us. This is my first time here, and I'm just blown away. Everything's been amazing. So I want everybody to stop and take a deep breath real quick. One more. Everybody notice how incredible it smells in here? In less you're next to somebody, maybe not. Just kidding. Just kidding. We have an incredible speaker today. We have Tiffany Rose Goodyear from Centex. And one of the things that I recently learned is people scent weddings. I think immersive weddings is a trend that's ongoing and something that we're seeing happen more and more. And immersive in the sense of touching on the 5 senses. So I'm going to read this intro so I don't mess anything up, because you're really good at this. When it comes to understanding and leveraging the power of scent, Tiffany Rose Goodyear is the expert. Her groundbreaking approach to using fragrance to enhance the experience has led to collaborations with corporate clients, event planners across the nation. The result, an unparalleled engagement and brand lift in the eyes of all guests who enjoy learning about fully immersive and customized sensory-based events. Using scent is a way to include all bodies, all ages, and all abilities. So without further ado, please welcome our amazing speaker, Tiffany Rose Goodyear.
I get a hype song. I don't know how long it goes. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming. Wow, what an audience of beautiful faces. I'm Tiffany Rose Goodyear. I'm the founder and CEO of Centex. I have a clicker. I'm going to use it. Hey, a scented affair. Understanding and leveraging the power of scent. And as Becky mentioned, this is a scented event, so hopefully everybody enjoyed the cozy autumn gourmand flavors as you walked in. Did everybody notice? I love that. Who are you? You are in the event industry, you're in the wedding industry, and you are the keeper of secrets. The relationship you have with couples is intimate and important, and you're bringing their love story to life, which I just want to honor. You're also storytellers. You create one-of-a-kind and once-in-a-lifetime experiences. So thank you for your work. Me, who am I? That's me. I'm jumping. I'm in Denver International Airport. I had the honor of being one of the first people ever to scent an airport. And you may be wondering how this gorgeous, thank you to the hair and makeup team, Amanda and Galana, a dream, putting glam on my manifestation list, so thank you. So this is me in Denver International Airport. I got to scent a work of art. I own a bakery in Denver, Colorado, and I got started in scenting by feeding people. My background is in marketing and advertising, and I noticed, owning a bakery, putting something in somebody's mouth is really powerful with regard to a branding experience. So I started focusing on touch, taste, and smell. And it was smell that I felt was really lacking in the event space, which is how I got started. The goal of this session, I didn't even know it was a session. Doesn't feel very sessiony. It's just a chat with you beautiful folks in beige. I want you to gain an understanding of why scent is important and inspire you as space creators to incorporate all of the 5 senses, not fine, but 5 senses, to make the greatest impact creating truly immersive experiences. Storytelling. What is storytelling? Well, this is the definition. It uses words to create new worlds and experiences in a reader or listener's imagination. I'm having a hard time here. Imagination. But we as events planners and experience creators create using touch, taste, sight, and smell. We create new worlds and spark imagination. Designing for the 5 senses. Now, this slide is dedicated to the other vendors that are here, as Caitlin named. What are we seeing? We're seeing this gorgeous building that I believe was first, I forget what it was first, but then it was a school. Oh, it was a bank. And when you guys joined us in the basement, the vaulted ceilings down there are amazing. It was a bank and then a school, and now it's a beautiful Coin Hotel. So you are experiencing their textures of the furniture, the sight of the beautiful architecture, and the sound of my voice. I'm actually a hypnotist. Just kidding. I'm not, but that would be really funny if you all stood up. Touch. What are you touching? You're touching the tables. You're touching the beautiful carpets that we have here. Taste. I hope everybody had the charcuterie up there. Those pickles. Did anybody have the pickles? Yeah. I don't even like pickles, but they are really good. Oh, and the figs. That is your taste experience. And as Caitlin mentioned, what was your smell experience? It was us in the lobby as you entered, really creating a transformational situation. And it is a not as well used or strategic situation in your events. And again, that is why I'm here. Olfaction. Your olfactory is the sensory receptor that lies kind of in the back of your throat and actually touches your limbic brain. And that is where memories and emotion also live. And that is why scent is such a personal and memorable experience. You all have scent memories here that if I pointed at you, you could say, oh, that's my grandma. That's the cookies that my mom made me. Oh, I love fresh cut grass. Or even skunk. People love skunk because if they had a positive experience, okay, you're laughing. Okay, I'm not one of those. Gasoline. Okay, gasoline's one that people, anybody here like the smell of gasoline? Okay, good. Everybody in the back. So, oh, diesel. See? Okay, so it's not about the scent itself. It's really about the scent memory that makes it so powerful. Oh, since not everybody, don't drink the water. There are many women here with child, I've noticed. And we celebrate those beautiful future babies. Scent is your first sensory receptor that is developed in utero. And I was telling Caitlin earlier, I would say people often know that women that are pregnant have a stronger sense of smell. I'm sure you've heard this. I'm sure many of you are mothers. And it's actually not that your volume turned up with regard to smell. You smell stronger because you actually have 2 olfactories in your body. So you have more of the sensory receptors, even though they're not in your nose. Isn't that fascinating? Someday I'll let you know if I can confirm or deny. Scent is 100 times more powerful and memorable than sight and sound, and it really engages us on a deeper level. There are some anecdotes that I've read, because I read a lot about scent, that says, like, your best friend in this universe would not be your best friend if you don't like the way they smelled. On the other side of that coin is there are people that you meet, and you're like, you're not my vibe. Right? Like, I don't like you. And some people in the scent industry say that it's because of the way they smell. And it's so deep and so intrinsic that you don't even know that's the reason you like or dislike somebody. But there is research about scent and lovers and people you fall in love with. And I remember hearing one time, sometimes the pheromones that somebody else gives off and you're like, oof, I am attracted to that person. It's because you can actually smell their immune system. And they have different, there are different like diseases that they can fight this is like primitive, guys, going way back in time. But also true today. Although you can't smell on Tinder, as I've realized. Maybe this is why. Anyways. So that is another theory about scent and how we connect with people. And all spaces have a smell. Every room, every venue, everywhere you've ever walked into or out of, including the outdoors, has a sense of smell, has a smell that we experience, but we're so unfamiliar with acknowledging it and talking about it that we don't even realize it's occurring. They say even space has a smell, and they, astronauts probably, although this is also a weird theory because you can actually take anyways, they say it smells metallic, okay? I just read these things. I haven't been to space. Take my word for it. Us, back to the wedding industry. Again, we create the time and a place for ritual love. We curate elements that reflect the couples, their past, their present, and their future, and cultivate unforgettable experiences. Historically, scent and weddings have always been intertwined. Creating sacred spaces through religion has always involved scent. In ancient Rome, this is kind of the start of the wedding bouquet. They would give wheat and herbs to the bride in order to symbolize fertility and good fortune. During the Victorian era, there was a resurgence of fragrance, and it included much more perfumes and the use of scented flowers. Today, I'm sure many of you have asked what your brides are wearing with regard to perfume. It is an important added note to their overall dress and choices of what they look like. But again, a lot of people think about what they personally smell like at their weddings. And you all have been to a hotel or a resort that smells good. I think scent marketing has taken off more in the past 10 years than ever before, and it's really creating a shared scent experience as opposed to a personal scent experience, which is your perfume. You have to get very close and intimate with somebody in order to smell their perfume, and that is how you discover if you love or hate them. Oh, who is that? Anybody know who this is? I know they're very they're not into being talked about today because they had some issues with the crown. But this is Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, I believe, and they scented their wedding. And I can't believe everybody doesn't know this, although I'm obsessed with scenting weddings, so it makes sense that I know it. So they actually used Diptyque Baies candles, and apparently the church, they wanted to use scent machines, which is what we recommend and we use. The church was like, no, we're not using those. But ironically, candles actually give off a little bit more carcinogenic materials because they're burned, and they're less, they damage materials more than scent machines. It's just weird that they were married in a place that didn't let them have scent machines, but let them have candles. And again, Meghan Markle was the orchestrator of that. So just a little fun fact. Scent in action. So again, as discussed, scent is another personal detail to incorporate the couple's story. It increases attentiveness. It encourages stronger memories, heightens music and entertainment. Scent is both transportive and transformational. This is one of my favorite things about scent. Scenting an event, or at least considering scent, is really an act of inclusion. It's an act of inclusion internally in that we all have bodies with 5 sensory receptors, and when we're stimulated with all of those 5 receptors at the same time, it is a more whole experience. Also, on an external inclusion, designing for all bodies of all abilities of all ages is really taking into consideration how each individual experiences the world. I've done a lot of work with people that may not hear as well and may not see as well, but when they walk into one of our events, they are experiencing and having the same full experience as all of the other guests that have full sight and full hearing. And again, it's just another way to really touch the guests at your event, and it's important to think about. What are some considerations when thinking about scenting an event? Obviously, the couple's relationship to fragrance is important. There are scentophiles out there that love smell more than I ever have, or ever will potentially. They scent their homes, they scent their cars, they scent their office, they scent their bodies, they have bath things, all the things. Those are my ideal clients, and they have a lot to say about scent. But again, it's important to talk about what does their home smell like, and things like that. Another way, a consideration to think about fragrance, is how it fits into the event story. We talked about you as storytellers, creating amazing decor, amazing magic. Magic's not even paying attention. Okay, he's got some magic because he can iPhone and listen. I mean, that is magical. I lost my train of thought. The elements. Oh, I was talking about the elements of this beautiful event, and the linens and the florals and the amazing people that put this together. I'm talking to you, Caitlin and Becky. But thinking about the season, so this is fall, it's autumn. Autumnal is a great word. It just really rolls out of your mouth. So the fragrance we chose for this evening, Caitlin said the word cozy. And I was like, ooh, I know what it should smell like. But you may not want your pumpkin spice love and bride to choose this fragrance for their spring wedding with a blush and ivory notes. It just doesn't make sense. In fact, people would walk in and be like, what? Where am I? So really taking the season into consideration is important. Then thinking about the textures and the finishes and the architecture. So there's a speakeasy downstairs. It's very sexy. It's moody. We wouldn't want to use a fragrance like mint or citrus. Those are all top notes. They're very light. And they just tell a different story than base notes that are more woodsy and musky and like tobacco and leather and just a little bit more sexy. That reads well in a speakeasy. Also the music and the decor, and again, all of the other choices that you have made for the event will dictate what you recommend for fragrance. It's almost like when you wear a certain outfit, you know, when you're all covered in wool and scarves and it's cold outside, you may want to wear something different than when you're in a bikini. It typically smells like banana boat, for example, because you're at the beach and slathering your sunscreen on. And mood, it really creates a mood. So hopefully everybody feels extra cozy in your beige outfits because of the beautiful fragrance that you walked into. I make fun of the beige outfits a little bit because I didn't get the note. I didn't get the memo, and so I'm not wearing beige. But you guys look amazing. Also, okay, we should take into consideration food service, obviously, because the food also smells. In fact, when Caitlin sent me the pictures, and I was like, there's gonna be a kitchen behind me, and we're talking about fragrance, but we're not talking about food. That's mixed messaging. They're not currently cooking any like barbecue or steak, so they're not super interfering, but it can. So typically when we do an event, again, thinking about when and how food is being served is important with when and how you sent the event. Best practice. There those words go again. Best practices. Perfume is for people, as we discussed. So please don't have this be a takeaway. I love Chanel No. 5 and almost squirt it out of a tiny little thing all over this like gorgeous $1 million event. Don't do that. It's not what it was made for. First of all, you'll have dripping Chanel. Actually, we would all like to drip in Chanel. You'll have a weird kind of dripping Chanel all down your fingers, and that is not what perfume is for. Which takes me to linen spray. Also, we don't recommend for scenting an entire space linen spray. We don't recommend scenting linens at all, as a matter of fact, because I like to think of scenting spaces as a shared scent experience like you guys had when you came in or when you were in a hotel lobby, as opposed to an intimate scent experience. And we've talked about how you're not gonna get a best friend if they stink to you. And that is an intimate scent experience. So is the linen. So if they spray lavender all over those linens and you're eating like a ribeye, it's not gonna taste great. Ooh, the magician made yeah, he agrees. He's listening now. It's just not gonna be a good experience. No matter how much you love lavender and how much you love steak, it just, again, is discordant. Glade, I like to call it Glade, and other small apparatuses can work, but they won't make a huge impact in a large space. If you put a couple Glades in here, the people sitting right next to them would smell that, and they may enjoy that experience or not, but you as a group will not have that shared experience. However, you can use reed diffusers, candles, or Glade in a more intimate experience, which would be a bathroom. And we highly recommend you take bathroom fragrance into consideration at any space where a lot of people are sharing the facilities. Always something to think about. And again, at the end of the day, if you want a big throw, you should use big machines. Ooh, I hate this topic, but it's important to bring up. Sensitivities. People can be sensitive to smell. Just like I see a couple people wearing glasses. Maybe some people have hearing aids. I don't yet, but it's gonna happen to me one day. People have different sensitivities with regard to sensory receptors. There are people that smell more than others. And I like to think of these people that smell more as it's a gift. You get to experience life more, and it's not a downfall. So when you have extra sensitivities and you come to one of our events, you're experiencing the world in a more positive, amazing, beautiful way, and that should be celebrated. Also, a lot of sense sensitivities are psychosomatic. I do believe our brains are very, very powerful. And so if you think you're gonna smell an orange and have a headache, chances are you're gonna have a headache. Is it the orange that is causing the headache, or is it you're thinking about the orange that causes the headache? A lot of these studies are self-reporting based on memory, and they are not clinically controlled environments. I also like to point out that, yes, we are all sensitive to smell. Don't huff gasoline, no matter how much you like the diesel. Or do, and you can report back to us. Or glue. Do you guys like glue smell? Okay, that's not good for your brains, we know this. Or even if you're standing over a commercial diffuser and you're like taking deep breaths, you are gonna feel a certain way, and I cannot promise that's gonna be positive. I would all have you do this exercise with me. In fact, anybody can. Do you see these lights right here that are making me look gorgeous? There's one there, and one, I don't know if anybody can like look into those. When I stare into it for a certain amount of seconds, I won't stare that long, I literally go blind. You go blind. Uplights can make you, I am temporarily blind. You are temporarily blind. So people are like, oh, I'm sensitive to scent. And you're like, yes, you're also sensitive to lighting at a certain degree. Also, speakers. Where are our speakers? I feel bad for you if you're next to a speaker. I'm not yelling at you. It's the microphone. You stand next to a speaker that's very loud and has a lot of bass, you too are going to get a headache. I literally blinded myself, and there's this yellow spot following me. So the moral of that story is that we are all sensitive in our sensory receptors if something is too powerful. And I've never blinded myself at a chat before, but Becky's down. Maybe if you all blind yourselves. What? I'm just kidding. Who's talking? Okay, this includes your portion of the evening where I drone on and on about how much I love fragrance. If you would like to receive a fragrance sample from us, I would love for you to scan the code, fill out your name, email, mailing address, bank account information, how we can transfer your money to us, and we'll basically just get a scent sample. And that, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, is the conclusion of the formal portion of this. But I would love to hear all of your questions, and I would be happy to answer them.
You keep that. Becky, why don't you
Yep,
grab
I got
this
it.
one out too? Or not? Okay.
Becky.
Thank you, Tiffany. Any questions? Becky can always run around in the crowd quick if we have any questions for Tiffany. We do have a few in the back.
Are you using essential oils or fragrance oils?
Great question. So we personally use a little bit of both. Essential oils are typically, I'm gonna set that down, are typically associated with aromatherapy as a science, which is amazing and really important. Aromatherapy that only uses essential oils also says that you can make tinctures and rub them on your skin, and there are therapeutic benefits of that. We use both synthetic and naturals, mostly because the fragrance industry, there are some oils that have been over-harvested. So if you're really gonna have an industry where you wanna smell things like sandalwood or oud, they're over-harvested. They can be extremely expensive, like ambergris, which is the whale throw up, if you guys know what that is. Anyways. Ambergris is traditionally a fixant and base for perfumes. We don't use it as much today. It's extraordinarily expensive. So we use both, and the reason we use both is because, again, we're not aromatherapists, and there are certain fragrance oils that you really can't get unless they're synthetic. And don't rub them on your skin or make tinctures with them. Go to the bar instead.
Becky, we have another one over here.
Coming over.
Sarah.
Have you ever successfully scented an outdoor event?
Oh, great question. Sarah, was that? Is that Sarah? Hi. Yes. So we do a lot of work in Vegas, and we had a 100,000 square foot outdoor space. That's a lot. So what we did is we really paid attention to the entrance. So again, we like to consider our work transportive. So as you walk into an event, you're walking in from your day-to-day into an experience that somebody's really created for you. So for that event, it was like an arced light archway, and guests walk in, and we situate it in such a way that it doesn't matter which way the wind is blowing, which can get difficult with outdoor events. So it's possible, and you can do them for large events, but you don't necessarily want to scent the entire event experience. That would be extraordinarily expensive and potentially wasteful. But if you get them at the right points during the event, it's equally successful. Great question.
I know Nils had a question up here. Becky? Up, one behind, yep. And then Nils up. No, it's okay. Nils up here. Elizabeth, go ahead.
Hi there. This is unrelated to events, but I'm curious about your personal opinion because you are lovely and dynamic, and I'm sure you can impart some wisdom to us. So there are two schools of thought. Wearing the same scent all the time, everybody recognizes it. Oh my gosh, look, it smells like her. Or what kind of mood am I in? Which one should I select? I'm just curious what your opinion is on those two very drastic, varying opinions.
I love that question. And Galena, who sadly is not here, who did my makeup, actually enlightened me to her fragrance wearing philosophy. First and foremost, I would say do whatever you want, right? Like if you want to have that signature fragrance, I do. It's Chanel Allure. It is. It just is. I get compliments on it all the time. I love the way it smells. I love to be dripping in Chanel, as discussed earlier, so I just spray a ton on. But sometimes I wear something else, depending on how I'm feeling the season. So I would say do both. But what Galena said to me earlier is she's like, okay, so there is a thing called olfactory fatigue. I'm going deep in this because I got asked. So you know when you're baking cookies and you don't smell them anymore? That's olfactory fatigue. And there is a point at which if your houses don't smell to you, right? But you walk into somebody's house that has like 18 cats and you're like, whoo, that smells. Well, they don't know it smells. So be kind when you tell them to clean out the cat box. So what Galena was saying is she's like, I always choose a new fragrance when I can't smell mine anymore. And I thought that was so fascinating. And I'm like, wait, you have olfactory fatigue because of your own self? She was like, yeah. And then I have to go like switch it up. So the moral of the story is do whatever you want. We're pro Chanel here. And clean out your cat box. I hope that answers your question.
All right, Becky, we have one more from Nils here, and then we'll probably call it.
I love
we have any others. I know.
Somewhat piggybacking on that. I know from personal experience, I'm sure other people have experienced it as well. There's certain perfumes or colognes that you have. Some last longer than others. Some you put on, and after 30 minutes, it's gone. Others, 3 hours later, you smell it. Is that something that you involve in your scenting? Do you know what causes the length of fragrance? And any advice or thoughts on that in general?
First and foremost, I love Q&A. If I could just do Q&A, I'd be sad because these questions are so good. So yes, there are scientific reasons that happens. I'll start with the way we do work. So the difference between scenting a person and scenting a space is skin, which I'll get into, has a huge effect on how and why fragrances last. The way that diffusers and scent diffusion works is it's more of a steady stream of fragrance. Obviously, the things that I mentioned before, like food can make a difference, airflow can make a difference. There are other things that can make it stronger or lighter depending on other factors as far as like scenting a space. But essentially, it's a pretty steady stream and you're not interacting with skin. And so has everybody or anybody experienced that like you can spray a fragrance on yourself and somebody else and it smells totally different and you're like, ooh, it smells great on you and not so great on you? It's because, again, back to the way we smell and how we pick our friends and lovers and people that we hate. Your skin has its own smell. So sometimes like that will dictate how long it lasts on your skin and if it smells good. But all fragrances are also made of top notes, middle notes, and base notes. And top notes are the smallest molecule, middle notes are the medium, and base notes are the largest. And when you spray yourself with perfume, the first thing you smell always are the top notes. And then the middle notes are kind of the heart of the fragrance. They're what you think of for when somebody mentions a fragrance. And the base notes are the biggest molecule, and they're the only thing you smell after wearing it for 3 to 4 hours. And that is sort of the same across the board. Great question.
All right, we have one more from Kel here, and then we'll call it a day.
You're gonna yell it out.
You kind of answered the question, but I was wondering when it comes to scenting an event, are you want me to do it?
Thanks, Becky. You kind of answered this question with the top, middle, and base notes, but when it comes to scenting an event, do you find that most people are interested in doing like a fully custom blend, or they want to pick something that's super recognizable so everyone will be like, lavender, I remember this. You know, what's like the trend, and what do you recommend?
That is a great question. So typically we don't recommend doing duplicates of popular perfume. Although one time I did Fierce from Abercrombie & Fitch because we were doing a 90s event and I wanted these people to walk into the mall like we all did in the 90s, right? So it depends, right? Because we would absolutely do that for the right situation. However, when people are like, oh, I want to smell like Baccarat Rouge, we're like, oh, no, you don't, right? Because it doesn't necessarily translate to like a huge place. But also with regard to customization, we are the experts, right? So we will customize a fragrance if there's nothing that exists that we have in our repertoire, and we have thousands of fragrances, and sometimes we'll blend two. But it's not custom. I have a perfumer that works with us. We have, I'm gonna do a pitch right now, guys, because I almost forgot. We have a design your diffuser kit where you can make your own custom fragrance. It's available online. Ding. So I have a perfumer that comes in and works with us on that, but for individual events, it's a lot of work, and it's better if we make recommendations. And in fact, when you go to our QR code, you will get a sample of how we send out events. How we sent out scents for events. Also, you'll know all of our branding is always black and white because we don't want to trick you into thinking it's going to smell like citrus if we have orange or yellow on there. And everything we do is code. So we don't ever say lavender. Lavender and vanilla are so polarizing. It's like if it says lavender and you already know you like it or don't like it, you're like, ah. But it's like if you actually have a true scent experience and smell it by it's 1406 and you don't know what's in there, that is going to give you a true scent experience. And it may be custom or not custom, but we promise it'll be perfect for your event.
Love that. Well, thank you, Tiffany.
Oh my God, thank you. I love a microphone and an audience and glam. Amanda, thank you.
Well, now I'd like to call up Michael McManus, our Director of Community Services. Wherever he is. Flip this bad boy around. Oh, I forgot to do.
Thank you. I don't like your microphone or an audience. Let me just get this here. All right. So as many of you know, the events on October 7th, 2023 began. Many of us were watching the news unfold online and in the media in disbelief. But while we were watching from a distance, two of our very own had a front row seat. Our dear friends Dave and Cheryl, owners of Cinema Cake, had their lives turned upside down when the unrest began in Israel, where their daughter Danielle calls home. Thousands of miles away, Dave and Cheryl had to watch as Danielle's home and business were in the center of the war in Tel Aviv and stand back and hope for her safety. But we are so happy to say that Danielle is obviously now back as of last Friday. But her future in return to Israel looks still a bit uncertain. Back in Israel, Danielle had followed her parents' entrepreneurial footsteps, launching their own fashion business, Dressed by Danielle, right in the heart of Tel Aviv. Since Danielle's company will have little to no business for the foreseeable future, we have chosen to support our own and give a portion of today's proceeds to Danielle's Pay It Forward program. The program offers women in Israel who have been displaced from their homes due to war a clothing gifting session to help them feel empowered and get back on their feet. The funds will go directly towards funding this program and keeping Danielle's business going during this uncertain time. So if you would like to make an additional donation today, you can check out the QR codes, and we'll leave that up for a few minutes. But thank you so much.
Give that a minute for anyone who wants to scan. You can also send it after, too. And next, we'd like to call up, yes, there he is, our magician who's going to do a little performance for you all before we wrap things up and take it downstairs. Woo!
Okay, I don't need the microphone. I'm just going to talk really, really loud. You can use the microphone, though. Hi, what's your name?
Katie.
That is correct. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. A big hand for Katie, everybody. A big hand for Katie. My name is Nicholas Gentry. They call me the intellectual's illusionist. So if you ever wondered what exactly a person does with a degree in philosophy, now you have your answer. Thank you very much. Bring it. Go ahead. It's okay. That means all of you. I do a lot of weddings. I do a lot of cocktail parties, and I also do a lot of wedding keynotes, or what we call toasts, like a magical toast. Usually I've got a microphone strapped to my face, so I'm just going to put this thing down and talk really loud. Is that okay with everybody here? Yeah? Okay. Great. I need to invite somebody from the audience to join me up on the stage. So how about you? You look so very friendly, Madeline. Can we have a hand for Madeline as she makes her way up? Come on up, Madeline. Come on up. And Madeline, I want you to stand here next to the star. You see the star? No, I'm the star. Stand just directly next to me. That's perfect. Take a deep bow for your adoring audience. Yes. Good. Madeline, we're going to try a little bit of mind reading, okay? That's all. And in order to come up with a word that is truly random, I have brought the two least exciting books I could possibly find. A dictionary and a thesaurus. One's red, one's yellow. Just say red or yellow. That's what you get. Red. Red is yours. There you go. And over here, sir, I'm going to flip through these pages, and I want you to say the word stop at any moment. Here we go. Stop. Right here, page 213, everybody. Page 213. All right, Madeline, I want you to please turn to page 200. Wait. Before you turn in there, let's look through this. Make sure look through yours too, but don't let me see. Okay. These are all words, but this is a dictionary entry, the bold-faced letter word dictionary entry, okay? Yep. What I want you to do is turn to page 213 of that. Don't show me. When my back is turned, turn to page 213. Make sure it's a normal dictionary while you're passing through the pages. Okay. Look at the first dictionary entry, the first bold-faced entry on page 213, and also show it to her. Okay? Yep. All right, I'm turning around, and I'm going to be looking at Brittany. Brittany and I are going to be making intense eye contact while you look for the first bold-faced entry on page 213 in that dictionary, and you show it to this lovely lady as well. Has it been done? Yes. Okay, close the book. You don't need it anymore. Put it down on that chair behind you. All right, now I'm going to look into your eyes. Okay. Hold on. Face me. Square off. That's good. Okay. May I borrow this hand, please? Sure. Good. Dance with me. Good. Okay, that's okay. Now this is how I establish a mental connection. Usually with the bride, but sometimes with the groom if he looks like he's down for it, because I'm into bromance too. Oh my gosh. Oh, wait. Okay, we're getting somewhere with it. It's not perfect, but I have this got me only so far. I think I've got a letter M. Is that correct? Is there a letter M? Yes. Oh my gosh, there's a letter M! Thank you. I've been nickel. No, I'm just kidding. All right. We have a special mind reading device here. I've been working on it for years. It's very high. Well, you've done this kind of thing before. You're an events professional. She knows how it works, but just for the benefit of everyone else, you need to attach it to your head. Go ahead, hold it there. That's good. Right up to the ear, please. Okay. She knows, obviously she's done this a million times. And I attach it, be very careful while you do this. Okay. And then I need everybody to sing Row, Row, Row Your Boat, as is the usual procedure. Together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Row, row, row your boat. Sing it gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Stop! I got it. Wait, no, carefully, carefully. You'll hurt yourself. Okay. It's good. We've been rowing together. Yes. 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 Oh, hold on. My mind reading device is attached to my marker board in the most awkward possible way. Okay. I'm going to do this first. Because if I don't do it first, everyone here is going to think that I had some electronic. If I had her write it first, you're going to think that that's how I knew. But of course, she knows, being a true events professional, that it was the device and the dancing.
Yes.
Let me look into your eyes, please. Oh, I tell you, hey, here's what I got so far. Pretty good, huh? Yeah, all right. Row A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, D. There's a D. There's a D. Yes, yes, there is. All right, look, I've already written this. I can't do anything with it now. And I want you, please, Madeline, to, for the first time, write your word there. But this only works one way. We've done the dance. We've done the device. One last thing to make sure that we're really attached at the mind.
Okay.
Just do what I do.
Okay.
Woo! Hit that. Say woo.
Woo!
That's good. Let's recap. Oh, wait, we can't recap. You need to write first. Go ahead and write. Write down your word. Don't let me see. I'm not looking. Hi. How you doing, Caitlin? Caitlin Zakaria. Did I say that correctly? No. Of course I didn't. Because obviously I'm a psychic and I cannot pronounce the name I read on the name tag. Well, how do I pronounce that? Zachariah. Oh my gosh, we're getting so snooty. Zachariah it is. Caitlin Zachariah. Did you write down your word?
I did.
Miss Madeline. Okay, now I'll take this. Let's recap, shall we? Thank you. Thank you. A moment ago, she picked one of 2 books. You thumbed through that book. All the words were different.
They were.
Totally normal dictionary, yes?
Yes.
And then you picked a page. I told you, tell me when to stop. I showed everybody. What was it?
13.
Okay. And then you turned to page 213, looked at the first word, and you verified we have it. And only at that point did I write down a word, and after I wrote it, you wrote it. So if I'm even within the ballpark, because M could have been a lucky guess, we all agree? There are only, 26 letters in the alphabet? But if I'm even in the ballpark, you need to understand that that is a verifiable miracle. And everybody here should go absolutely bananas. Amen? Amen. Amen. All right, hold it up here to your chest. Okay, come close. On the count of 3, you're going to turn this around and say as loudly as you can the word that you saw in that dictionary. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
A 1, a 2, a 3. Meander! What? What? If you're looking for a wedding photo, this is a pretty good one. Yeah? I'm available for weddings, bar mitzvahs, weird rituals, eyes wide shut parties, whatever you do. Thank you. You may have a seat. Thank you. Last but not least, I suppose I don't need to give you a lecture now on why a magician is a good thing to have at a wedding. 10 years later, the magician might be the only thing they still remember and talk about. So please, everyone, last trick, pull out your phones right now. Pull out your phones right now. This is a very important trick, and you don't want to miss it, okay? Here we go. Are you ready? I want you to get your cameras ready. All right? Get your cameras ready. And I want you to zoom in really close, okay? Zoom in really close on this. Photograph this beautiful face and this beautiful URL. All of you, I want to see everybody do it. Don't disappoint me. Thank you very much. My name is Nicholas Gentry. It has been my pleasure. Hope you have a good night.
Thank you. Milani's up next, wherever Milani went. Milani, you're up, yeah. Not, this one's not quite on. Testing, there we go.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back, and thank you so much for joining us for our third WIPA event. We're so excited that you were all able to join us here in Delaware at this beautiful hotel and restaurant. Just wanted to give you a quick update on some upcoming events that we have planned for you. So one of the most exciting and the most exciting event that you will see in 2024 is going to be our WIPA Gala, hosted at the Four Seasons Philadelphia, which is also my new home. So I'm very excited to be there and proud to host this event for everybody. So it's going to be on Monday, February 5th. You know that everyone is going to be glammed out, decked out. The theme is already brewing. You know, Megan from House of Catherine and the rest of the WIPA board has a lot of exciting ideas for this event. So please stay tuned for tickets. Of course, members will always have that preview and sneak peek of the tickets first. So make sure that you get those as soon as you see them, because just like this event, every other WIPA event that we've had, they will sell out. We also will be hosting a room block for guests as well. So anybody that is traveling from out of town, you'll have the opportunity to stay with us at the hotel as well. And without further ado, I'd love to invite Robin Ewing up just to give a few additional announcements.
Okay, I'm the last one to talk again before you get to have more drinks and networking. We are so excited because we have more members here than we have non-members, but we have a membership drive coming up December 4th through December 11th, so make sure to follow us on social media. We will have announcements out where you can sign up and get discounts, or anybody that you know that wants to sign up, you'll have an opportunity to have a discount on your membership, which will be December 4th through December 11th. Benefits from being a member, of course, we have upcoming member-only events, which you haven't experienced yet. Although after this, which is in just like 2 minutes, we're gonna go downstairs and have a speakeasy members-only party for an hour, which we're excited to see you there. But we have some members-only events coming up that we're really excited about. And you have to come to the gala. You'll get a discounted ticket if you're a member. And members get to sign up first. And we are definitely expecting a sellout because it's at Four Seasons and it's going to be amazing. Thank you, Tiffany, for this amazing gift that you all need to make sure that you get on your way out. It's a diffuser and you get to take a little scent home with you. And let's have some fun. Thank you.
So yeah, everyone can start making their way this way. If you're a member, you'll have a green name tag and you could proceed downstairs to the speakeasy. For anyone who's not staying with us for the members only portion, there's gifting on your way out. So grab a bag and our team will help you fill it up with some gifts.